Dum de dum de dum de dum de dum de do de dum. Dum de do de dum de do de dum de do de dum. Dum de do de dum de do de dum de do de dum. Dum de do de dum de dum de do de do de dum. Dum de do de do de do de. G'day. Who's this pretty girl? Hello, you're Beata. Hello, Beata. How are you?
Hello, Barney.
Hey, lovely to
Pretty
see you.
good. Oh,
You are looking just lovely.
thank you very
Oh,
much. You
yes,
look good
you,
yourself.
you've certainly got my attention. Okay,
I like your
you
eyes.
like my, well, I like your eyes too. I tell you what. There you go. I notice that you're in this lovely, what looks like a wall herb garden. What a beautiful place to be. And is that anything like where you live?
Well, you wouldn't have a vertical wall garden
Mm-hmm.
like this,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only a matter of constructing one, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is. That's right.
But we grow a lot of herbs in our garden, and we love cooking with herbs.
Mm-hmm.
We use
Mm.
them extensively every
Yeah.
day,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's the subject of today's forum.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I'd like to just bring our special guest into our forum, and her name is Judy from Victoria. Hello, Judy.
Good morning, Barney. How are you? Well, you look,
I'm really
as
well.
Beata said, you look really good. Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
Mm.
Lovely,
you look.
lovely.
I like your hat.
No worries. I like my hat too. It's all pretty good, isn't it?
Perhaps we could all get one.
Well, I agree. No worries. Righto. So the subject today is probably it's a home subject. It's a home forum, and we're talking about herbs, and I think that that's just lovely. I just think that the idea of growing our own herbs and just looking for those little, what would you call them? Little cups of blessing in the garden. Little cups of blessing. And so yeah, I'm going to have you got a herb garden, Judy? Have you got anything like that at home?
Oh, not much at all, Arnie. I try. I've got in pots. I keep it in pots rather than in the garden. Out, I mean, in the ground itself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not as good.
hmm Mm. I
And
think the idea of pots is a good idea because if you're on the go, if yeah, like I know people who rent houses,
oh yes,
and so they just bring their little cups of blessing wherever they go. They just take them with them, and of course because it's a pot, then you use less water and it just takes up less of a footprint. And if you had something like that beautiful vertical garden that we saw before,
mm,
then of course it can be quite prolific and go there every day. Just outside, wouldn't it be wonderful if you had one outside, just your kitchen door, where you just walk out there and
that's
uh,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So herbs, Beata.
Um, I think it starts in prehistory, basically,
hmm
doesn't it? When everything was growing wild and it's been used
hmm
basically to feed the people, to heal the people, to serve their every requirement.
hmm hmm
The brain and the gut recognize those things, and it's an instinctive thing that we or animals for that matter eat certain plants and don't eat the other,
hmm
or maybe it was few mistakes that taught us a lesson.
I've got just to bring a thought in on this. I've got a daughter who actually goes into the garden, and I notice that she will actually walk amongst the different grasses. Now, you'd think, being what I am, that I'd be quite aware of which grasses tasted the best. But I'm telling you that she does very well. She walks in the garden and she walks around in different plants and she'll just take a bit of this and a bit of that and trial it and taste it. And if it's no good, then of course it's back on the ground. But it's quite interesting that she does that, and I do note it, and I think it's nice to see that engagement with the world around us. Yeah, Judy, what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I don't think we use enough. But I will say one thing that's being encouraged in today's cooking. Um, what shall I say? Well, I like to watch cooking programs on TV at times,
Hmm.
and they're using a lot of herbs now, um, and herbs that I grew up with parsley and mint,
Hmm.
two old staples,
Hmm.
and they had their purposes and they're very tasty.
Mm.
Now we use things like oregano or oregano depends, um, and other bits and pieces, forage. Just a few on my mind at the moment, and yeah, and it's an education really, and the benefits of them, and then of course then we get on to using them as a health measure,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
and there's plenty of books
Mm.
available
Hmm.
describing herbs and what they can do for us
Mm.
as an alternative if you want to use an
Hmm.
alternative,
Yep.
but as a benefit to the body.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Mm.
I'll just jump in on the conversation because I just realised that I actually practice a little bit of what we're preaching here. And when I go in the garden and I go for a walk around, this time of year, of course, there's a lot of citrus. And I know I'm not supposed to eat too many citrus, but I'm telling you that I'll stand there and I'll devour nearly a dozen mandarins.
Mm.
Or the other day, I had 5 oranges. I just stood at the tree and had 5 oranges, and it was wonderful to be able to just go in the garden. And I know that you start talking about herbs, and I think of things like garlic and how important garlic is. And I'm a big garlic eater, and my wife is very patient with me, and so generally when I'm getting stuck into the garlic, I've got to direct some towards her so that we can still approach each other. But I know that it's good for me, and I think garlic is just it's just the best. Mm. What are your thoughts, Beata?
That you shouldn't be eating oranges, being a sheep, being a ram. But yes, you should be eating herbs. And the subject today is herbs.
Okay, all right.
Talk about herbs.
Talk
Mm.
about herbs. All
It
right.
was it was Cicero who said that if you have a library and a garden, you've got everything.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it,
Mm-hmm.
because even in Roman times, the herbs were very, very uh, in price and very high in use.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was probably thyme and rosemary.
Okay.
Thyme,
Wow.
especially,
Mm.
was accompanying every Roman warrior on his wars, expeditions into different countries.
Mm.
So it
Mm.
was the herb that they kept close to the heart. And the legend says that it gives courage. So imagine that.
There you go.
It gives courage.
Mm. Mm. Okay, that's a lovely story, Beata,
Mm.
about how important herbs are in the garden. And I know that I'm just going to use a little bit of sheep license here, and I'm just reminded of when the explorers came out to colonize Australia, and there was a an onboard issue with shipping because they were stuck on the ship for 3 months at a time to get from Britain to
Mm.
here, and so there was always the risk of scurvy, and so these staple food part of your diets is that you can actually look at things like is it parsley? Is it parsley is high in so parsley,
Vitamin C is
vitamin
very high.
C. So there you go. So a herb like parsley, um, just there is just well, okay, I'm not in a position to go to the health shop and buy a swag of this, but I can grow a pot of parsley and I can have a little bit of it every day. So to me, that's just wonderful that, you sort of use these things and you think about them and you think, well, I can actually do some good for me, some good for
Mhm,
me. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. So, Judy.
Well, herbal teas are getting very popular, aren't they? And
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
frequently have chamomile tea,
Hmm.
um, and I was looking for the name of the herb before and I couldn't think of it, but I found it. It was yarrow,
Oh,
and
yes.
Okay.
that's been recommended as a tea. I
Mm.
haven't tried it. Nettle tea. I suppose
Yes.
stinging nettles are herb. Um, probably
Stinging
stinging
nettles.
nettles.
Stinging nettle.
Oh, stinging net.
They
Oh, stinging nettles. I get sore lips from stinging nettles.
and they I believe in Europe it was very popular in times of like the wars when there been a shortage of food
Yeah.
and they cook stinging nettle.
Yeah.
You're quite safe. The sting goes out of it, and we've had stinging nettle tea here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went for a drive and took us 2 hours to find one stinging nettle plant. And we brought it home and stuck it in the garden. And every now and again, I'm reminded it's there because it stings like crazy if you brush against it. It's nasty. But yeah, stinging nettle tea, that's a good one. Rosemary's another one.
Okay.
Beautiful.
People are encouraged to have
Oh,
rosemary in
I
their
don't
Mm.
like
garden.
rosemary.
No.
No, I don't like rosemary. No, rosemary. No, rosemary. Because they, do you know what they use as the main base for adding rosemary to? Roast lamb.
Oh, you're not
Oh.
doing that.
Oh no. Oh
No, that's not good, Barney.
no.
Well, we won't talk about rosemary, will we?
No, talking about rosemary.
And
Uh, Go on. Uh,
and the stuff we pull up as weeds, dandelion's another one.
mhm.
Oh, there's so much
Yes.
potential out there for us to get natural.
Mm, mm,
And
Yes.
I mean, I do enjoy a cup of green tea
mhm,
often during the day,
mm.
but I've got bad habits with that. But oh yes, um, the health benefits I think are something we've got to consider. They're not just
Yeah,
tasty; they're good
yeah, I
for you.
agree. Health benefits for
And
sure. Yeah, they're important.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's
Yes.
right. I think the idea of what you've shown with that backdrop, that vertical garden,
mm,
and talking about pots and putting our herbs in pots and things like that. And we just all you need is a small porch, a couple of square meters, and if
yeah,
you've got drip trays,
Mm.
then you can have some herbs out there, and you can just go and pick them each day, and it adds to your to what you can do in the kitchen, just to
mm,
turn what is into something a bit of fun, having
yeah,
just
Mm.
a bit of fun in the kitchen, eating things raw, and of course where they've got most of their food value in it. I think
yeah,
that's quite important. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Beata, I
Hmm?
understand that um, you've got quite a few herbs in your garden. And
Yes.
what are some of the ones that you've got in your garden that we haven't talked about yet?
We very much love rocket
Ah,
and
rocket.
French sorrel
Mm-hmm.
and thyme and rosemary
Mm-hmm.
and oregano
Oh, no, no, not
and
rosemary. No, 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 no.
and sage. Unfortunately, that goes with lamb very well as well.
so does mint.
Don't mention,
No!
don't mention. We
No,
just
no, no, no.
we just stuff little pillows with it to never use it in cooking. Um,
Mm,
and what else? We use a lot of um, rainbow chards and beetroot
Mm,
leaves
mhm,
and kale
mm,
leaves
mm.
and what else? What else? In our salads.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of different tastes.
Mm. That sounds
And
to me like it would be a little bit of heaven for me in your garden
mhm,
to eat the same foods that you eat. I
you
think
can
that,
mhm.
yeah, I can. I can.
You can come and visit. Yes, yes.
I like the idea of that. I think I think I'd enjoy paying you a visit,
Mhm,
the other. Yeah,
mhm,
yeah, it's just
mhm. I think your sister Betty comes occasionally.
she
She
does.
loves it.
Ah,
She
yes.
loves it there. Yes,
Yeah, well,
she does.
we're actually looking forward to Betty because I think at some stage or other she's going to come into this forum, and we look forward to that because because there'll be more than just me here. There'll be myself and Betty, and I know she's a very good sounding board, and so we'll balance that out beautifully.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm really happy with what we've done today. Judy and Beata, thank you so much for sharing about
Mhm.
herbs and about how much fun we can have in our kitchen, having just a little modest garden with a couple of pots, and there it is. We just work from it every day, and especially when you think of things like the different herbs that can give you the vitamins that are really quite good for you, and they complement your food and they just add a little bit of flavour and colour to it. And yes, rocket, love rocket, peppery, the different things you can add to a salad just to add so much fun to it. It's just all good, all good. That's what I think. All right, so thank you, ladies. I'm going
Thank
to
you.
I'm going to head out now, but I appreciate your this time of day, and hopefully we'll catch you again
All right.
in the next week or so. So take care. Take care.
Okay,
All
Barney.
right.
Take care, Tanya.
Dum de dum de dum de da de dum de da de da dum de da de da de da de da la dum de da dum de da de da de da de da de da de da dum de da de da de da de dum de da de da da la dum de da de da de dum de da de da da la dum de da de da de da de da de